Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Ford, inviting you to check out their fuel-efficient lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Transparency. Low fares. Nothing to hide.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field, and make sure you follow Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, all season long on CSNChicago.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich, serving the community for 38 years. Go to jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Always lots to talk about with Patrick. Let's do an injury update. Good news. Looks like Jason Hamill's ready to go his next turn, dealing with the cramping in the hamstring. Hector Rondon seems to be okay as well, unavailable with the back stiffness. But I know you talked to Jed Hoyer yesterday, Patrick. It's always scary when pitchers have any sort of issue.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the way Jed put it was you're kind of one text message from your trainer away from having to completely rework your roster and maybe change the entire outlook from your season. And I think that's why, it's 2 full months. We're going to hear this almost every day of trade speculation. And I think, the Cubs are going to have to make pitching a priority. I mean, they've invested so much in this lineup. If this lineup isn't good enough, it's not good enough. But I do think there are lots of creative ways, whether it's shortening the game with their bullpen or adding another big-time starter to, kind of find that difference in October.
Big picture with Jon Lester. He obviously seems a lot more comfortable this year. Was not dealing with the dead arm that he did last year, the weight of a big contract. But remember when he signed, there was no guarantee that the Cubs were going to be nearly as good as they were.
I think Theo said it, either at that winter meetings or at his first press conference in Chicago, that pitchers like Jon Lester don't sign with last place teams, and that's what the Cubs were. I mean, he showed up in November to basically a construction site, and they put on this full day-long presentation, all the way down to, what they could do for his charity and stuff like that. And it really, I think last night, it kind of came to life of, a huge crowd, chanting for him, the team with the best record in baseball. And, as he said last night when he showed up, on opening day last year, the bleachers weren't ready. It was rainy and cold, and now you see the Cubs as the biggest story here in baseball.
And last thing, we often get tweets about Kyle Schwarber. We occasionally get shots of him in the dugout, and he has been around the team, especially with the new clubhouse. That helps a lot. Otherwise, he would be spending his summer in Arizona. But they feel good about his recovery, and obviously they're taking it very cautiously because they want him to be ready for spring training.
Yeah, he flew to Dallas this week. He met with the surgeon who performed, very, in-depth procedure after a very serious injury, but he's said to be doing well. And I think, Jed Hoyer, Cubs GM, put it pretty well, for our TV cameraman, that he's down to one crutch now, so his celebrations in the dugout should be a little, less awkward, so we'll be looking for that as well.
All right. Always make sure you follow Patrick Mooney, CSNChicago.com. When we come back, JD and I will have the call of the action as the Cubs try to win a series against the Dodgers. Dodgers and Cubs next.
For the ultimate stain-blocking paint and primer in one, choose Dutch Boy Platinum Interior Paint from Menards. It has advanced extreme hide technology and seals common household stains. Save $8 a gallon. That's $40 on 5-gallon pails. Finish your project with new tile. Ceramic wall tiles from Mohawk are perfect for bathrooms in 2 colors, just 17 cents each. Lakeview ceramic floor tile comes in 3 colors, only $1.19 each. Don't forget Father's Day. Pick up a gift card.
Save big money at Menards.
Won't miss that. Won't miss that. Won't miss that. Won't miss that.
I will too miss that.
No, you won't miss that. When you move with DirecTV, your favorite entertainment goes with you from coast to coast on all your devices. Now keep moving. The DirecTV Movers Deal, now with bundles and equipment upgrades too. Call and ask about all the benefits today.
A home is where life is lived. The unmistakable beauty and performance of Unilog pavers and walls enrich the quality of outdoor living, where perfect settings and cherished moments become memories that last a lifetime. Live life beautifully with Unilock.
The Northsiders have rattled off 7 of 8, and it's been all about the pitching this week as the Cubs go for another series win. Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. It is a gorgeous afternoon. Wind generally blowing out. Sun is shining, and it's the Dodgers and the Cubs. Game 4, Cubs winning 2 of the first 3. And let's get right into the Dodger Southwest starting lineup. They have actually outscored the Cubs 6-4 in the series, but have lost twice. Utley, Seager, and Turner at the top. Gonzalez having a terrific trip, had the game-winning RBI 2 nights ago. Peterson, Thompson, Carl Crawford is in left. A.J. Ellis with his second consecutive start, working with 19-year-old Julio Urias.
Here are the Cubs defensively. Soler, Fowler, Hayward cover the outfield. Should be a busy day for the infield with Kyle Hendricks on the mound. So Bryant, Russell, Baez, and Rizzo will handle those duties. Miguel Montero behind the plate. And Alexis pursuing perfection starting pitcher, the professor, the crafty righty, Kyle Hendricks, making his 10th start. A losing record, disregard that. He's pitched way better than that. 2.93 ERA. He's only allowed 2 home runs, an extreme ground ball pitcher, one of the highest ground ball rates in baseball, and he throws strike one 71% of the time. That's the second best mark in Major League Baseball. That's his MO, get ahead and then expand, and boy was he outstanding at doing that last time out in that complete game win.
Nick Lentz back of the plate. Paul Emmel is the crew chief at first. Jim Wolf at second. Ben May filling in for Adrian Johnson is at third. Here we go. Hendricks to Utley. Fastball at 87 for a strike to get us started.
Kyle faced 32 batters in that complete game, through strike one to 26 of them.
That's a base hit. Not hit very hard by Utley.
Well, that's the other thing about Hendricks. He has induced a lot of soft contact this year. Right around league average in terms of his strikeout rate. He keeps the walks down. Good change of speeds, good movement. A lot of balls hit off the end of the bat or topped into the ground.
That ball might have been caught by Dexter Fowler last year. He's playing a little deeper this year, so taking away slugging, you might occasionally give up a few bloop singles. The idea is to not give up a lot of doubles and triples.
Yeah, and especially, you know, with the wind blowing out, makes sense to play a little deeper. And again, you give up a single with a guy like Hendricks on the mound, you certainly have the double play in order with his ground ball rate.
Swing and a miss by Corey Seager. 4 hits in the series, including a 3-run homer. We think Hector Rondon might be available today. He was feeling good this morning after sitting out last night with back stiffness. No bullpen needed as John Lester went all 9.
Seager, big strong kid, is at 9 home runs. A nasty changeup.
Two and two. .78 degrees. West wind at 9. Bounce back to Hendricks. And they turn it 1-6 to 3.
Dodgers don't have a lot of base stealers. Now, Utley, throughout the course of his career, has been an outstanding base stealer, but that's not a big part of his game anymore. And that's going to be a challenge for Dave Roberts with Hendricks out there. If he's not willing to start some base runners, this could be an issue for the Dodgers. Right back to Hendricks, takes his time, accurate feed. 1-6-3 and 2 quick outs.
Always hold my breath a little bit when a pitcher has to make that throw. Seems like that's the toughest throw for some reason. I mean, that was picture perfect.
Sometimes what happens is you sense that double play and the adrenaline starts pumping and you hurry the throw. Hendricks, though, he's not built that way. He has such a calm demeanor. He's not an ounce of panic in this man.
Fouled off, 2 strikes on Turner. Joe Madden, talking to reporters before the game, said not 100% sure he wants to use Hector today. So one of those things where even if he's feeling better, they may want to give him an extra day just to make sure. And the Cubs have been involved in a lot of blowout wins, so he hasn't been used a ton. As Turner went, I guess. Or was it a called third?
No, it was a swing. Called it a swing.
All right, so that's it for the Dodgers. Double play and a strikeout. Cubs coming up. Ooh, I don't know.